I think Paula Deen was used as sort of like a symbol, but I think lots of people use that word inappropriately all the time.
Do you want to do it? Will you get her for a sit down? Will you talk to her? Get her
I don't know. I think, if she's ready to, when she's ready to talk. But, I think you have to, just like Lindsay was in a position where she wasn't ready to really make a decision about moving forward. I think you have to let the dust settle and figure out where you are and all of that before you can actually have a real conversation.
Have you ever been called the N-word at any point in your life?
I would have to say that racism for me doesn't show itself that way. Nobody in their right mind, unless they're a Twitter thug, is gonna call me the N-word. You see those fools on Twitter. Sometimes they say some of these ridiculous things, but nobody in their right mind is going to do that to my face or in a way that, because true racism is being able to have power over somebody else. So that doesn't happen to me that way. It shows up for me this way. It shows up that sometimes I'm in a boardroom or I'm in situations where I'm the only woman, I'm the only African-American person within, a 100-mile radius. And I can see in the energy of the people there, they don't sense that I should be holding one of those seats. I can sense that. Yeah, of course, I can sense it. But I can never tell, is it racism, is it sexism? Because often it's both. I mean, the sexism thing is huge. The higher the ladder you climb, it gets huge. It gets huge because just men are used to running things. They are. So I don't have it in the same way other people have it. But I will tell you this. I was in Zurich the other day at a store whose name I will not mention. And I was, let's see, I didn't have my eyelashes on, but I was in full Oprah Winfrey gear. I had my little Donna Karan skirt and my little sandals and on. But obviously, the Oprah Winfrey show is not shown in Zurich. So this doesn't happen to me unless somebody obviously doesn't know that it's me. But I was in Zurich for Tina Turner's wedding. And I decided I'm gonna leave the hotel. It's just me, by myself. Stedman, wasn't there. And Gail wasn't there, no friends. I'm out by myself. And I go into a store, which shall remain unnamed. And I say to the woman, excuse me, may I see that bag right above your head? And she says to me, no, it's too expensive. And I said, no, see the black one, the one that's folded over, and she said, no, you don't want to see that one. You want to see this one because that one will cost too much. You will not be able to afford that. And I said, well, no, I really did want to see that one. And she refused to get it. She refused to get it. And she started to show me these other little bags. And I said, one more time I tried, I said, but I really do just really want to see that one. And she said, oh, I don't want to hurt your feelings. And I said, okay, thank you so much. You're probably right. I can't afford it. And I walked out of the store. Now, why did she do that? Why did she do that? Now, Gail, when I told Gail the story, Gail said, I would have gone back in there and made a pretty woman moment and said, big mistake. But then I thought, no, she'd get the commission, so I won't do that.
Yeah, I guess that's true, right? Well, the movie shows you there's two different ways to handle.
Yeah, there's two different ways to handle it. I could have had the big blow-up thing and thrown down the black card and all that stuff, but why do that? Yeah. But that clearly is,
that it still exists.
It still, of course it does.
Were you ever called the N-word? And when you talk about that, no person who says the N-word can be a friend of mine. You have said that in a quote. Saying,
yeah, I mean, in my circle, and listen, Cuba and I just got, I was just in a session with him, ask him, he's going to say something completely different. But I do not run in a circle of people who use the word loosely or use the word because for me, it's out of respect to those people for whom that's the last word they heard while they were being hung. It's the last word they heard when they were being fired. It's the last word they heard when their house was being burned. It's the word they heard every day walking down the street when they had to step off the sidewalk and let other people pass. I have had a sense of not just living this life for myself, but having this life created by other people. Maya Angelou says I come as one, but I stand as 10,000 from that poem. And I've had that sense for as long as I can remember. that, you know, the way that's been paved for me, I owe them something. I owe them the responsibility and the honor of not trying to denigrate them as they were by using that word. This movie to me allows me to look and applaud how far we've come, because I look at, whoa, when I was excavating, going in, trying to pull up the pieces of what would be this character Gloria's life. Wow, Nance, I had so many aha moments, like, whoa, I was really born at the right time, because you nor I would be sitting where we're sitting, you and your pretty blue.
And you and your pretty van.
Neither of us would be sitting where we're sitting had we been women of the 60s. It was an act of love, I think, for everybody to be able to offer this story to our nation, to the country. And I think, you know, I'm hoping that people will receive the offering as we wanted them to.